Oh, hello. Good morning. It's good to see you guys again. I got my coffee this morning with me. Got myself a Yeti cup for Christmas. Actually, I didn't get myself. My mother-in-law bought me a nice Yeti cup. You know, I don't know a whole lot about the company other than the fact that they make coolers and that kind of stuff and cups. Pretty good. Pretty good cup. Keeps stuff nice and hot and wonderful for a while. Okay. So I've been trying for a while to get on here on YouTube and not quite having all of the luck that I think I need. I've been busy. So I thought today, well, I got like 14 minutes or something like that between here and work, and I figured, okay, well, let's go for a ride. So let's go. About 3 days ago, maybe 4 now, I pinched my sciatic nerve again. This would be number 3, I think. The 3rd time I've done it. Don't know how. I don't know. It just seems like every now and again I pinched that nerve, and it's like electricity. Wind here got up to 25 miles an hour last night. They're saying we're going to have gusts today up to 60. So there's definitely a windstorm coming through. And the temperature is supposed to be up in the 50s. So anyway, between 50 and 55 degrees Fahrenheit. So we'll see how that goes, I guess. Yeah. Oh. Every bump I hit, I'm in pain. Oh, now I gotta show you this. Let's see if I can get you off the phone. This is cool. Let go. There's a tree down on the path. It looks like a dead tree, but nonetheless, a tree on the walking path. Sorry, we're gonna find a lot of that kind of stuff today. Trees falling down, limbs breaking, cardboard boxes rolling down the street. Yeah, that kind of thing happens. Although 60 mile an hour winds, you know, when you're in it, it seems like a lot. But when it's 150 mile an hour winds, there's a huge difference. We had gusts up to 150 miles an hour. See, this is like, my goodness, 8 years or so ago. Has it been that long since I've been driving since I drove a semi truck? 8 years. Our truck flipped over on I-80 at 150 mile an hour gusts. 130, I think it was 135 with 155 gust. Just enough, you know, and of course in Wyoming it's literally like standing in a sandblaster. It's pretty crazy. So I'm actually a little bit late. I should have got on the road probably 10-15 minutes ago. But my actual arriving at work time, it's whenever I log on. Or clock in. I guess they call it clocking in too. So, I've been watching a lot recently of this coronavirus thing. I don't know what to make of it. No, I can't wrap my head around it. You know, you look at all those different protection things you can do. Wear masks and goggles and wash your hands constantly and rubber gloves and all these different things. You can wear as much protection as you want. It's not going to guarantee you're not going to get it. If you even get it. But, I don't know. I'm kind of like, if I get it, I get it. They're saying the ones, this is where I'm kind of confused. Here in the United States, as of last night, we have 6 reported cases. But the CDC is only testing, from what I understand, people who have come out of China. They're not testing anybody for the virus that caught it from someone here. So I don't know how they're getting their numbers. Their numbers have got to be off on how many are infected, death rates, all that kind of stuff. And they're saying it's up. Some polls say it's up to 18%. Some say it's 15% of people that get it die. But if they're only, my thing is, if they're only looking at the Chinese population, then that cannot be accurate. And as far as infected people go, if you look at the CD, I think it's the CDC's, they got a list of different countries and how many in each country are infected. And of course, it's supposedly started in China, so the Chinese infected number is really freaking high. Well, everybody else is like under 20 around the country. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's because all these other countries are only counting people who came from China, not counting who's actually infected for it. And I have a nurse friend of mine, she was telling me, works in the ER, and she was telling me that the CDC hasn't even released the information on what they're looking for as far as what the virus, what its makeup is, so they can't even test for it. So they're just anyone who comes into the ER with basically flu-like symptoms or respiratory issues. They're isolating them and putting them in quarantine the best they can. They've got 30 beds available for just this situation, but they're like, outside of that, we can't handle more than 30. And I'm thinking, oh. But I'm watching people around me. People are taking days off work because they're sick or whatever, and but it's nothing super crazy. Like, it's not the wide majority of people that are sick. So yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I didn't want to talk about something depressing. So I am trying to figure out what all I want to plant in the garden this year. The snow here is melting, but it's still, I got another month or two before I can directly sow seeds. I'm going to do April 1st this year and try to sow seeds on April 1st. I know in a lot of places that it's probably too soon, but I figured if I sow the seeds on April 1st, and then if the weather isn't good enough until March, then the seeds will just sit there and hopefully not rot until then. But this year is going to be interesting. I'm quite excited to get in the garden this year. This is last year I put tomatoes in the ground, but they were nowhere near ground was nowhere near ready for me to actually put them in. So this year's the year. This is my first big year of planting directly into the garden, and I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to doing this. Now I've been this year, so I'm kind of like, I'm not sure what to do. I've been thinking about building raised beds, and I'm like, let me wait. I think I'm gonna garden in the ground this year with the Back to Eden garden method. Now, it's not the best it possibly could be. It's only been, 2 years. Stuff's been on the ground for 2 years. But this will be the second year this stuff's been on the ground in that garden area. So I figured I would just garden in the ground this year, see how it goes, and next year maybe add one bed and garden, just as a test, and garden in one bed just to see what happens, and kind of compare the two and see which one I like better. And I've heard a lot of theories about garden beds, how you can garden more in the same area because you don't have to put rows in, you don't have to step on, the soil, which will make it compact. But with Back to Eden, there's no compaction, really. So, but you do, I can plant my rows pretty tight together. The down part of beds is, I keep hearing, and I think I've had this issue, is they dry out a lot faster. Now, if you go back and if you remember a few years back, I had a garden bed one year in one of the apartments or one of the houses we were living in, and the location, I think I did okay. The location of it wasn't the best. It was in a shady area, and the only thing I grew in it was what's that stuff called? Spinach. And because half the bed was shaded and half the bed was sunny, one half grew better than the other half. So, I don't know. I did have to water a lot. We'll see what happens. Anyways, y'all have yourselves a fantastic day. And I guess I'll see you next time. So until then, bye for now.